My name is Jon Dunn, and I've been promoting for 29 years, 15 of those in London. I worked in the more corporate world, but now I run my own independent DIY company. We tend to be a company that gets involved very, very early with an artist. Then a manager may come on board. Obviously, we then take a little bit of a back step as we go through the manager, and then an agent might come on board and we'll at that time be talking to the agent, who will then talk to the manager, who will then talk to the artist. There's a thought process that by the time they get a manager and an agent, you've already started working with them, and you then tend to keep the act as that act gets bigger. So as a promoter, we're responsible for hiring a venue and selling tickets and doing a deal with the artist, covering all the costs. If we sell enough tickets, we make money. If we don't sell enough tickets, we lose money. We're a little bit more fortunate than an agent or a manager because we can have many, many artists. If a manager or an agent is doing this, they can't take so many acts, which means that their gambles have to be much, much better.
My name is Morton, and I'm a booking agent. I've worked full-time in the music industry since 2008. I describe my job as we take care of the live strategy. We want the act to grow and get bigger, and it's our responsibility to implement or come up with ideas, plans of how that's going to work. I always like to work backwards, so say we're talking about an album campaign. It's going to last 18 months, 24 months. So where do we want to sort of end that campaign, i.e. which venue or which festival, and how are we going to get there? So what steps are we going to take in order to get to X, Y, and Z festivals on these particular stages at this time slot?
If an artist is developing, number one rule of thumb for me is that their first headline show, they have to sell out. You have to have momentum from the very beginning. You want people who can't get into the show. You want people talking about they can't get into the show. You want the radio or the media partners to see that this show is sold out. So that sounds really quite a simple thing to do, but a lot of people get it very wrong. The choosing of the venue, the ticket price sound very basic things to do, but they're very, very important at the beginning.
I have to really like the band and like their music. That's number one for me. I mean, take the band who are playing tonight, The Comet Is Coming, for example. And I was speaking to them very early on before they'd done any shows, and I saw this footage of just them in a studio playing, and it blew my mind. It was amazing. But two other people in the company weren't so sure about the band, so I didn't end up taking them on in the end, and then they went to a different agent. But I followed their career, and we just became friends, I guess, and we saw each other out and about, and then I saw them at a festival and I was backstage, and I was just like, oh God, you boys were great, I still love you, and I'm still absolutely gutted that I didn't take you on. And they said, oh well, actually we're thinking about getting a new agent. And I said, oh, if you are, then I'd still really want to do it and I would love to put a proposal together. And they said, okay, great.
I think sometimes promoters, we can overthink it and take too much credit for things, but it's very easy for, when acts get big, for promoters to look back and go, yes, we did this for that reason, we're responsible for their success. Ultimately, I don't think we can make huge changes to a career. I think if a band's going to do very well, they're going to do very well. One of the other ways to look at that is we need to just facilitate that, make sure that happens.